Today, I'm going to share with you 7 proven techniques to help you study for the LSAT, even if you have a busy schedule. Whether you're working, whether you're in school, whether you have a lot of family obligations, you can still make steady forward progress in your LSAT prep, even with as little as 30 minutes a day. Today, I want to share with you how to make the most of your LSAT prep time, whatever it is. First, for those who don't know me, my name is Steve Schwartz. I've been teaching the LSAT since 2005, and I personally increased my own LSAT score from a 152 to a 175. And the number one thing I found essential to making that steady forward progress was developing a realistic plan of attack, a dedicated study plan, laying out exactly what to do every single day over the course of my prep. I blocked it off on my calendar. I absolutely love Google Calendar. I still use it to this day. And what I find so valuable about it is that it lets you block off recurring tasks on a daily or weekly basis. So I could block off, say, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. every single day. That's my LSAT prep time. Nothing else can interrupt it. Nothing else can get in the way. And even if for you, it's going to look like Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and then weekdays, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., whatever it is, or even just cut that in half, it's still valuable. It's still sufficient to make steady forward progress. So whatever it is for you, whether it's a little bit early in the morning, before work or before classes, if it's in the evening, if it's on the weekend mornings, weekend evenings, whatever it is, you block it off. Ideally, it's recurring every day or every week. You know, Tuesday morning, this is your time. Sunday evening, this is your time. You block it off ideally when you're still alert and focused so that you can benefit from the time that you're putting in. So that's number one, develop a realistic day-by-day LSAT study plan, ideally with recurring tasks, recurring calendar events to make sure that it happens. At LSAT Unplugged, we create personalized day-by-day study plans for all of our students whenever you're taking the LSAT, laying out exactly what to do. If you're interested in finding out more, you can check out the links below this video to book a call with me and my team. We'd be glad to help you out. The second big strategy to study, even if you have a busy schedule, is to prioritize the highest impact types of studying for you. What's going to yield for you the greatest score improvement? You don't want to be putting in the time only to be studying ineffectively when you have such limited time to begin with. And so what I found is that getting through boring LSAT prep textbooks focused on the theory is oftentimes less valuable than implementation and execution, doing actual real LSAT questions from the practice tests. Of course, theory has its place. It's important to build the foundation first, but I find a lot of students engage in procrastination through passively absorbing tons of material, just watching video after video, or completing textbook chapter after textbook chapter, or even textbook after textbook. You definitely don't have to complete 3 or 4 different LSAT prep textbooks before ever doing a single practice test. You may want to do is you may want to say, I'm going to devote only 10, 15% of my time, maybe one day a week, to doing theory, to reviewing textbooks or videos, and spend the rest of my time focused on execution, doing actual LSAT questions, whether solo or talking through them with someone, either in a class or a study group or with a study buddy or with a coach, where you're actually interacting and engaging actively rather than passively. Strategy number 3, you want to integrate studying into your daily routine. That could involve doing a single LSAT question while your food is in the microwave. It could involve doing a question while your coffee is brewing in the morning. It could involve listening to an LSAT podcast like LSAT Unplugged during your daily commute, or it could involve doing a single LSAT section during your commute on the train. Whatever it is, you're fitting in the LSAT prep time wherever you can, when you can, because studying something is better than doing nothing. And even just a little bit of LSAT prep on a daily basis can maintain that forward momentum, but don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good here. So it's not like you have to do a full LSAT exam sitting for 2.5 hours to get any value out of studying. Even just a single question or a single review problem or drill can be valuable to help you maintain, again, that forward progress. Strategy number 4, manage your time effectively. Break your studying into shorter segments if longer periods just aren't doable. Again, you don't have to do a full exam to get value out of a practice session. Even just doing half a section here, a couple questions here and there can be effective, but what you don't want to do is you don't want to multitask or break up your studying with frequent checks of your social media or the internet or your email. You want to stay focused exclusively on the LSAT as much as possible. Close all your other browser tabs, put your phone to the side, just focus on doing the actual LSAT material in front of you. I love the Pomodoro technique because it segments periods of studying and break. So you know that break period's always coming up. You do 25 minutes of focused studying. You set a timer for that. Then when the timer rings, then and only then, you get a short 5-minute break where you can do something else for a brief period before, again, coming back to your LSAT prep or the task at hand. Strategy number 5 here, focus on high quality prep materials that fit your learning style. And so I find a lot of students engage in this sunk cost fallacy where they've signed up for some big LSAT prep course, not realizing that it was going to be more like a webinar rather than an interactive classroom setting. And so they're like, well, I paid for it, I'm going to keep doing it. And my thought is, if you're finding that 3 or 4 hour webinar classes are not engaging for you, if they're not suiting your learning style, and you have such limited time to begin with, you might want to just cut your losses and switch to something else instead that you think is likely to be more helpful for you. So if videos alone aren't doing it, if the webinars aren't doing it, and if you feel like you need something more interactive where you can ask questions and get feedback on how you're thinking about things, you might want to say to yourself, you know what, lesson learned, it was costly, but I have limited prep time and I value my time as well, in addition to the money I've already spent. And so I'm going to switch gears, consider something I think is going to be more valuable for me, like a smaller class, like one-on-one coaching. And so if you feel like you'd benefit from a smaller, more intimate, more personalized setting where you can get feedback on how you're thinking about the questions, if you would benefit from a bit more interaction with a program tailor-made to your needs, feel free to check out the links below this video to find out more and to book a call with me and my team. We'd be glad to help you out. At LSAT Unplugged, we offer live online classes via Zoom, on-demand video courses, small group coaching, and one-on-one coaching. Again, links below. Strategy number 7, recognize that you're not in this alone. There are tens of thousands of other people studying for the LSAT right now, so you don't need to go it alone. You have a support network available to you, whether it's through a study group or through a course like mine, but don't go it alone if the self-study route isn't working for you. Aside from getting actual support on LSAT reasoning, you can also benefit from the motivation and the accountability that comes from having an LSAT prep community to keep you on track. Finally, the 7th strategy here, especially when you're busy, is you want to maintain balance, right? You don't want to burn out juggling LSAT prep with your class schedule, with work, with family obligations. Any and all of the above is a lot to take on, let alone doing all of those at once. And so save some time, carve out time for self-care, including sleep, diet, exercise, and relaxation, because performing at your best on the LSAT requires that you're well rested so that you can go in on test day feeling fresh, cool, confident, and ready to crush this exam. So take frequent breaks, really consider whether LSAT study hour number 5, when it's already 2 a.m., is the best use of your time, or would you rather benefit from an extra hour of sleep so you can wake up the next day feeling fresh and ready to get back at it? Again, that's why having a day-by-day study plan of attack is so important to your prep, especially when you're busy juggling LSAT with other obligations. Again, feel free to reach out if I can help in any way. And in the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.